Hello, everyone. Welcome back to Unfolding Her podcast. This is your co-host, Ariana. And I know that we've been gone for some time, but life has literally been lifing. First, I want to start off by saying thank you so much for the ones that have listened to our previous episodes. I have been checking the analytics, and you all have been super supportive of me and Sydney's vision. You all don't understand how much it means to us, the support that we've been getting. I want to start off by saying I do sincerely apologize for the wait. Life has been insane, and I want to give a trigger warning because this story may be a bit disturbing. And Unfolding Her podcast is literally unfolding her, all of us as women. And bear with me, it still feels very fresh. And I only told the story to a handful of individuals because it's very personal. But we did say in our very first episodes that we were going to be raw and uncut when it comes to this podcast. It really took a lot for me to come back on this mic because I wanted to come back with something more fitting, more exciting, something to celebrate. But I guess you can count this as somewhat of a celebration because this whole situation that I'm briefly about to get into has led me into a point in my life where I feel free. I feel a sense of peace that I haven't felt. The quietness in my own home I can soak in without any drama and chaos that I was in before. Now, this is one of those stories, if you know, you know. So if you know me personally, this may come as a surprise. But those that are learning who I am, just take it at face value. Listen with open ears. So anybody that knows me personally, I was taking care of some family members, and I've been doing that for a couple years on and off. But one thing that people don't prepare you for when family members' time, I put that in quotes, when their time is emerging, is there will be a lot of secrets that will come out of the woodworks. And again, I'm going to say this, I am giving out a trigger warning. This topic may be very sensitive for some, or you yourself may have went through it, or you know someone that went through it personally. But I was taking care of family members and secrets were revealed. Secrets of sexual abuse, secrets of ICEST. I'll say it like that. And it was gut-wrenching, disturbing, to say the least. It put me in a place where I was caught off guard, scared, confused, worried about the well-being of me and my children because we resided in the home. I found out my relations with certain family members weren't what I thought they were in its entirety. Now, me, I am not a product of it, but someone very close in my family is. And until they feel comfortable sharing their story, which I know that they will based on conversation that we had, this is my point of view for this story. When I was speaking with this individual, they felt betrayed, lost, confused as well as me. But I felt for them because now everything was making sense. A long kept secret that now fit the piece of the puzzle that we were missing, but never thought that that would be it. I felt like my life was in danger because the individuals that conducted in such acts would be around constantly, day in and day out. I had to figure out a game plan that I believed was best suitable for me and my children. having to relocate my children in a manner as fast as I had to was upsetting, but they're safe and they're happy. I talk to them nearly every single day. I see them as much as I possibly can. But for myself, I still felt as if I had to get things in mind because I still was residing in the home temporarily after my children left. I had to gather up belongings that could fit in my vehicle. I had to come up with a game plan on where I was going to reside and where I was going to lay my head. Thank God for support system that steps in when you need them the most. The people that stepped in and helped me, thank you. And I mean this truly from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for stepping in when I needed you the most, for allowing me to have a roof over my head until I finalized my own. It was scary. Thinking what you once knew was not. The confusion stirred up in my head constantly, like a nightmare while I was awake. It literally felt like I was in a nightmare that I could not wake up from. Going from living la vida loca to your life literally crashing down at your feet. Having to try to find work after not working for so long because things were being taken care of. Having car troubles in the midst of that. Oh my car. I was burning miles on her. And she let me know I'm not even supposed to be alive right now. I was driving, brief intermission, I was driving, just trying to, make ends meet. And my car stalled out on me in the middle of traffic. It was very scary, especially with everything else that was transpiring in my life. I wasn't upset with God, but I was more of like, what is going on? And then I had somebody very special that's very close in my life currently tell me, when everything like this happens, it's like God is, about to give you something great. And I kept thinking that, like, yeah, you're right. Where I was temporarily staying, and they changed management on me, trying to charge me rent that, if I was being honest, could not afford at the given moment, in between jobs and just trying to stay afloat while I was pretty much just taking care of myself, to finding something where I'm safe, where I'm comfortable, where I'm happy, where I'm proud. I thank God for allowing me to be in a position to get back on my feet in such a small amount of time, but it still did not feel whole. It was parts of my life that I left behind that I wasn't able to take with me that still reside in the residence where I was. For me, finally getting the opportunity to have my own place and return back to the residence to retrieve my items and my children's items that I worked so hard for over the years, just to find out that now that I know the family secret and the people that conducted in the acts of the said secret felt some type of way, enough to discard nearly all of my belongings as well as my children's belongings. Devastation is what I felt. Things that I carried for years, gone. Things that I've had as a child, gone. Things that my children had as babies and memories that I had of them are all gone. Luckily, law enforcement was present based on me calling them for my protection. They even were upset and disgusted about the situation because you thought I would have been the one to conduct in said acts. But misery loves company, and a person that has nothing will help you lose everything. So essentially, I'm starting from scratch. Luckily, before I left the residence, I retrieved items that were very, very important that I needed to stay afloat until I returned to gather up the rest of my belongings. I still have those, but it still feels like I lost so much of myself in just that moment. so much of my children in just that one moment. Family secrets are very heavy, especially with me growing up very closely with my family. I would have never thought that something like this would have transpired. Not even one bit. Couldn't even convince me. But the individual that was the product of said incident, I feel for the most. And I still love them the same, even with how the circumstances have changed. And I pray that they find clarity. We haven't spoke since I gathered up some of my belongings from the very last time. But I can tell that they were hurt. And it hurt me so much because just with me being the person that I am, I always try to help out as much as I possibly could. Step in, be the problem solver, find solutions. But this particular time, there was nothing that I can do to make it better. There was nothing that I can do to give answers, to help bring clarity to the situation for the individual. What sucks is when the individual confronted those that conducted in said acts, it's like they didn't care, which is very surprising because you would think with something that heavy, a person would have some type of sympathy, especially how they found out. Now again, that's up to the discretion of the individual and their side of the story to be said. Again, I'm only just telling my side from my perspective, essentially from the outside looking in. So that's why I've been gone, trying to regather pieces of myself that were broken, while still making room for the new and improved me. I'm actually quite surprised how fast I was able to make things happen with so much chaos going on. But I can't just give myself all of the credit. I thank God. I thank God for protecting me and my children. I thank God for keeping me, because that situation was getting very messy. I felt like lives were about to be lost, but God protected me and my children. God protected the other individual that was affected and got them to safety. And I know that God is going to continue to guide my steps. There's many moments I wish I would have just lashed out and showed my frustration and my anger, but it wasn't worth it. It wasn't worth it because at the end, God got me. I give God all the praise, even in the midst of the storm, because I've been through so much in my life. God has not took his hands off of me. God has kept his hands on me and my children. Now that I am in a better space, I'm working on the headspace part, but now that I'm in a better, healthier, safer space, the episodes are going to come back. I pushed myself to make this episode because it's fresh to an extent. It's very raw. I feel like I'm exposing myself. But this platform is used to give all women, including the host, an opportunity to tell their stories without shame. The co-host, Life Has Been Lifing, and I know that she's going to come back with so much great news to tell you all, because I have been keeping up with her in her journey of rebuilding in her life, and I'm so very proud of her. So more episodes are to come. Prayerfully, better things to talk about. But I just wanted to be transparent and honest. That no matter whatever, no matter what you may go through or whatever may transpire in your life, it's okay to still speak about it, because somebody is going to listen. Even if it's one person, somebody is still going to listen. So thank you so much for our supporters and our listeners. Thank you so much for everything. The support, the prayers, everything. I appreciate it, and I know Sydney appreciates it. And again, like I said, we are back, and we are better than ever. And more episodes are to come, so I hope that you all are ready. Thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Unfolding Her Podcast. Again, this is your co-host, Ariana, and I will see you all in the next episode.